Hey guys, it's me, Lauren, from the Untitled Tarot. I'm setting up a little bit, but I figured while I was doing that, let's not waste time. Let's have a little chat. I've had an interesting morning, day, afternoon, I guess. It's like almost 2 o'clock. I don't know what time it is. What day is it? I'm on quarantine. Do you know? I don't. But the last couple days, I've been called, this is a little Palo Santo, by the way, if you're curious. I keep hearing like Taurus new moon, Taurus new moon. And so I was like, okay, should I be doing like a collective like reading on like the Taurus new moon? I guess not for a few days, but, and then I just kept hearing Taurus, Taurus. I was like, all right, maybe I'm just supposed to be doing a reading for Taurus. So I came down here and I started to do a reading for Taurus, and I got about 10 minutes in, and then I got a phone call, which was strange because I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. So normally that does not come through, but it came through. And then so I was a little annoyed about that. And then after I got off the phone, I looked at the time and it was 1:33. So I was like, I guess that video wasn't supposed to happen. So then I went upstairs and I thought about it for a minute, and I was like, all right, I probably am supposed to be doing a collective reading for the Taurus new moon. But I thought to myself, I was like, that's not for 5 days. And then I heard, did we tell you that mattered? And then I was like, oh shit, no, you did not. No, you did not tell me that mattered. Wow, that's a lot. There's a lot happening. I'm sorry. They were like, no, we did not tell you. So I was like, you know what? Maybe it'll take 5 days for people to reach this video. I don't know. So I came down here, and we're gonna do something a little bit different. I feel like as a whole, everybody is really craving, really needing some earth energy, right? Because we haven't seen it in a minute, like at all. And I'm not an astrologist by any means whatsoever, but I mean, if you think about it, we had a couple days in a Cappy moon, maybe like a week or so ago, but other than that, we were in Pisces season. Pisces was in Venus, it was in Mercury, and then Aries season, and then we had that Libra full moon air, and then we had that Scorpio, Sagittarius, a couple days in Cappy, nothing. What, Aquarius, more air? Oh my God, Pisces, we're back in Pisces right now, then we're going back into Aries. It's the end of Aries season. It's just like a lot. It's just like a lot. It's a lot of emotions. It's a lot of fiery passion and like wanting to just rush and fix stuff and like just get things in order, you know, because it's making you feel like emotionally like out of whack, being all in your head, all the air signs. It's just like, we really just need like a minute to like put our feet in the ground. Like we need a little earth energy right now, I think, as a whole. So maybe that's why we're here doing that. And I was just thinking about it. I was like, all right, Pisces is so emotional, like everybody's in their emotions. But Aries, like that's the first sign. That's like the emperor. That's like, let's control it. Like, let's get stuff done. Like, absolutely. Like, so people are probably trying to like rush around to like find like tangible like things to like make themselves feel better, you know what I mean? But it feels like very like rushed, like everybody's rushing to make themselves feel better by like putting like almost like Legos, like putting the pieces in order, but they don't feel like the pieces are like right, you know? The pieces don't feel right. And then it's like Taurus, like we're going 3 days, what is it, today's the 18th? So in 3 days, the 21st, we're gonna go into Taurus season. That's a nice season, it's a very homey season. So maybe that's when everybody will stop maybe like fighting the quarantine so much, you know, kind of hunker in. Taurus will feel more at home. And then what is it? And then it's the 23rd. So 23rd is the Taurus new moon. So I think that's when we're all gonna start to like feel a lot better. And I've been seeing like in a lot of like my personal readings, and just like a lot astrologically, like there needs to like there's like a real call for like grounding work, like right now, like root work, solar plexus, you know, like your root, your base chakra, like the lower. I've been working on that personally myself, but I think doing that will help the ease the next few days until like we make it into Taurus season. Like we just need to make it in there, you know? And I kept thinking about that, like people rushing, like feeling the need, like, cause I do that sometimes. Like if I feel uncomfortable or like frustrated, I'll like try and find something to like just fix it. You know what I mean? Just fix it. Like put little, like I'll just do that and then it'll be done. Like it'll be fixed. But like, it's not really that. Like that doesn't always work. And sometimes if you do that, you can really put like the cart before the horse and end up in like something that you don't really like want to be doing, or it doesn't really work because it wasn't like organic. I have this like real I keep getting the sense of like gardening, weeding and gardening, weeding and gardening, weeding and planting. I have this sense that there is a call to not rush things in order to make ourselves feel better, but to in fact actually sit in a little bit of that uncomfort, in a little bit of that indecision, that uncertainty. It will help you grow to figure out like what you really want, right? Because I mean, let's think about Taurus. Taurus is it's a really homey sign, right? Home, stability, your infrastructure, right? So I think some of the homework that we're supposed to be doing right now is kind of taking that fire and that willingness to want to go and enact and do, and really try and merge it with all of this lingering like emotionality coming from the end of all of what we've been doing in Pisces. Pisces has been doing a lot. I'm Pisces, so personally, I apologize. Like, Pisces has been doing a lot. And really, instead of pushing it outward, actually kind of redirecting it back inward to figure out like what's going to be emotionally nourishing for us. It's that like that Taurus, like that coming back to home, coming back to center base for ourselves, right? And then I was listening to a song, and at the end of it, the melody, I was like, oh, this kind of sounds like Kids from MGMT. And then I put it on and was like, they must have sampled it because this sounds exactly like Kids from MGMT. And they had the lyrics like, enjoy yourself, take only what you need from it. And I feel like that was like almost like the whole message that they were giving me, that during this time, especially coming into all of this Taurus season, the Taurus new moon, that coming back home, centering ourselves, it's really about that emotional nourishment. And it's like, where do you find that? Like, where do you find the things that are really gonna make you like feel good? And then I thought about, I was like, well, that song Kids, like, and I was like, well, what made you feel good when you were a kid? I was like, what made me feel good when I was a kid? And for me, that was like, I used to just lay in the grass as a little kid and look up at the clouds and just like dream and think and dream and think. And now as an adult, I like just realized it like 30 seconds ago. I was like, that's manifesting. I was like, that's manifesting. And then I look back and I was like, so many of those things for me transpired. And I was like, oh wow, that's deja vu. Like, that's so crazy. I didn't even realize what I was doing like as a kid, but I loved to do it. Like, I loved to create and to imagine and to dream, you know? And so as an adult, especially in times like this, I'm really like latching onto that baby, you know? And so I think it's a call for maybe everyone to clear out a little bit of the noise, kind of sit home now that we're gonna have all this nice earth energy, and not feel like so like, not work against it, work with it, and really just kind of settle in and be like, well, what did I like to do when I was a kid? Like, what made me happy? Like, what do I want to do? There's a sense of everyone thinking it like reassessing and reinvesting, like really thinking about like, what were my core, like who was I when I was a kid? Was I like this? Did I feel like this? No, like I didn't feel that way. I didn't look at life that way. I was happy, and I was really interested in these kind of things, and I didn't care if that person didn't like me, and you know, whatever it was for you, whatever your journey was. I can't tell you, but everyone has like those little things. I mean, we all have things from our childhood that screw us up, but we work through those, through God and spirituality and therapy and vodka, however you gotta do it, meditating. But we all have those little moments when you were a kid and you were so happy, and it's like you felt one. You just felt one with the universe, you know? That's that flow. How do we get back in that flow? That Taurus new moon, we're home, we're gonna accept it. What do we need to do? How do we get back into that flow? We're gonna use the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. I know I'm like jammering on for 10 minutes, but I'm gonna do whatever I want. So, and then I thought it was interesting, by the way, that song Kids came on, and then I wore this shirt today, the Nickelodeon shirt. And it's weird because everybody's like talking about like feminine energy right now. Sit in your feminine energy, sit in your feminine energy, dress more feminine. And yesterday I was in a dress and boots and the whole freaking thing. But today I was like, I wanna wear baggy blue jeans and I wanna wear this t-shirt. Like, I wanna sit in my masculine energy today. And then that song came on and I was like, kids, I was like, inner child. That's what everybody needs to do. Everybody needs to get back in touch with their inner child to figure out if the shit that you're doing and investing in, whether it's emotional relationships, aspects of yourself, a job, projects you're working on, if they're really like nourishing you, or you're just doing them to do it because it's what you've always done, because you've been programmed by society to do that. I don't know, surrender. See, that came out, like we're gonna shuffle. But I was just wondering, I was like, oh my God, this shirt and that song, and that other video didn't work, and I understand now, and I wouldn't have realized that that other video not worked because I would have been talking in the middle. Source. So, I don't know. Let's see what they have to tell us. I don't know. You guys tell me. Source, talk to us, dear. I want to thank you, as always, for the love, the blessings, and the abundance every day and every way. Thank you. Come again. This is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I think I said that, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. Take that card. They said, oh, oh, damn, change, right? That's like what's happening around us. Look, that's like us pushing against it, resisting it, right? All that fire energy, all that air, it's like heat storm. Look at that, it's like heat lightning. Pushing against it. All these seagulls around. It's like those little things in life that bother us, right? Things we can't change. I can't go back to work yet. They won't pick up at unemployment when I call. They're making me wear a mask. I can't find a mask. What am I gonna do with these kids? I gotta work from home. Just pushing against it. All that water, that turbulent water. That Pisces energy. Looks like an egg almost. It almost looks like an egg as opposed to a planet or a moon. Like an ostrich egg or a goose egg or weird. You're pushing against it, but it almost feels like by pushing against it, you're actually gonna crack it open. We're gonna crack it open. This is us. We're in this together. Change. It's 35 though. I like numerology. 3 and a 5, that's 8. 8 always leads to the 10. Tower moments. They're good and they're bad, but they're always divinely guided. It really just depends how you look at them. Fighting against this divinely guided change, this force to sit down with yourself and really like get down to business. Really think about it. Like, are you happy doing what you're doing? Do you feel like the job that you do nourishes you? Or do you feel like you're just part of a system or a cycle? Same thing with your personal relationships. Do the people in your life, do they grow you? Do your interactions nourish you? Or are they just feeding you and draining you at the same time? That you need to consume or be a part of that energy cycle. Because in reality, it's like bottomless. It's like a bottomless pit. So instead of actually filling you up, it's just pouring down the drain. What about that? The way that we treat ourselves. What about that? These changes, pushing against that. Being stuck to be home alone. Or stuck with your family, or stuck with your roommates. Nowhere to go, I'm hearing. Nowhere to hide. Not even from ourselves. We're pushing against something. What are we pushing against? What are we pushing against? What are we fighting? I heard ourselves. Hunger. Look at this. Look at you howling at the moon. There's a Coulter Wall song I'm hearing. Sleeping on the blacktop, pack of young boys gone and howling at the moon. That's what I'm hearing. It's that call. It's like that soul urge. It's almost like that, like I'm happy, I'm unhappy, but I don't know why. Or like I want to go home, but I am home. It's like that discontentment feeling, like that wanting something. It's like It could be, you know, in reaction just to feeling maybe controlled because we can't go everywhere we want and we can't do everything we want right now. We can't see everybody that we want. We're very limited right now, you know, for necessary reason, but we're very limited in that. And, you know, so this could be on a very basic level, just calling out for that social interaction, just wanting to go about life in a normal way again, go back to work, just back to business as usual, you know? But this is a new business as usual, is what I'm hearing. So that sucks. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Change is beautiful. This is how we grow. But it's that almost like that inner child, like crying out, you know, like pay attention to me, like pay attention to me. Like we're not doing what we want or the way that we want to do it. There's something in that. It's like you're resisting the change, but you're also hungry for it. That's what it feels like. It's like you actually want it, so it's coming in for you in a weird way, but maybe not in a way you didn't expect. Like maybe you really wanted at some level just to have time to like really sit and like think about your life and think about like yourself and who you are and what you're doing and like what the hell, you know? Like, but like you didn't think that this is how like you were gonna get that time to do it. You know, you thought you were gonna go to Florida for like 4 days. Like it's not how it worked out for you at all. Me neither. There's something in that it's like a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. It is exactly what you asked for. It's just not in the way that like you asked for it. And that's okay. That's okay. But it is to fill this hunger, this nourishment. Like we're hungry. We're very hungry. Like I said, like change, tower moments, divinely guided. 9 and 12, or 9 and 2. That's 11. That's a master number. The universe guiding you. It is guiding this change. They're pulling this hunger. There's a reason why you feel like you're starving right now, and you didn't a couple months ago, or you did, but it was like I could use a snack, but it's fine. I'll wait. And now it's like, I need to eat or I'm gonna die. It's like this sense, and that's like the friction. You're like, I didn't know that I felt so discontented. It's like I'm being drawn back to this water. Like it's coming up. Like it's coming up now. It's almost like all the fire energy from Aries season. I almost see it under like a cauldron or like a pot, like boiling water. Like it's boiling up. It's boiling up. It's boiling up. And as it boils up, it's like you can start to. It's like a kettle. You know what I mean? The fire underneath and the water starts to boil up, but eventually it creates the steam and it starts to cry out. It starts to cry out. I think that's why the feeling that I was getting of needing to be like soothed, like really needing that like Taurus, that earth season to come in, that like, $11, fear, right? I'm being very, I'm looking at, like I said, it almost looks like an egg or something, and she's pushing against it. But then it's like, then there's like this circle, like this hunger is coming from within you, and it's yellow. It's yellow. What is that? Your solar plexus? And then again, more yellow, fear. Inside, it's like another little egg. It's like you pushed against it so hard that it cracked, and it's like you kind of fell into it. You fell into this hunger by resisting it so much, and now all of a sudden, it's like bubbling up to the surface for you. All these little things that you never thought about, that you're like, I don't think I like my job, and I don't know if these people are really good for me, and I know that these people might be part of my family, but I don't know if this is like a really healthy cycle for me, and I don't know if I'm really fulfilling my life's purpose. What is my life's purpose? Like all of these crazy life thoughts, all these things that run through our head, like what am I gonna do about work? Like am I gonna have to change what I'm gonna do? Like how long is this gonna be? When are the kids, what the fuck? Like what? And this is you like hiding deep down inside. It's like you fell in, you know? And now this hunger, this is you like in it, and it's coming out. It's coming out of you now. And that's scary as shit for all of us. This realization, this actualization of like, oh my God, I don't know if who I was is who I am anymore, or if who I am is the same as who I was when I was little, and like life just crawled on top of it and I'm just realizing it now. Or it's this change. It's like not only this external change around us, you know, But it's also with all of these circles, it's these cycles of these things within us that we're not addressing during this time. And I think coming with this earth energy, especially Taurus of all of them, is this coming back home to ourselves that I think is really gonna help. We're gonna have to unleash some of these, we're gonna have to unleash the birds. You know what I mean? What's that, is it The Crows? That movie? The Alfred Hitchcock? That's weird. I don't normally, is it The Crows? Or The Ravens or something? Is that that's coming through. I don't know why. I haven't watched that in 10 years since film development. That's weird that that's coming through, but it's fine. You're gonna get some scrapes, but you're protected in here. You're home. You're at home in yourself, and you're actually at home, and you're at home with Source. Source is protecting you. There's some very much this yellow, I mean, I love yellow. It's my favorite color. Like, what's up? But it's like a very solar plex chakra. It's like I was saying, like that grounding work, that root work, that base. It's all this yellow and this red. You need to work on we all as a whole, we need to work on our base and our solar chakras, because that's our foundation. That's home for us. Out of all chakras, that's home. That's where we keep everything. Everything that we produce comes like out of here. We receive everything else in, but everything comes out of here. And your heart chakra, you know what I mean? It's your infrastructure. It's where you feel safe. It's where you feel most yourself, most loved. It's where you go when you're scared, you know? There's a real need for us to work on that. On my channel, I have a playlist called The Vault, and I actually need to go in and like clean it up and organize it a little bit for you guys and for myself as well. But I set up a nighttime playlist, and I play it at night, and it has like Tibetan singing, but it has all different stuff. And I put videos in as I feel like I need them. And I usually incorporate lower chakras, especially because I have a lot of water in my chart. So I find for me in general that I always need a lot of like root grounding chakra work. So, but that's a public playlist. So you guys can feel free, if you feel so guided to go in there and pick any of those root chakra, solar chakra meditations. I get most of them from Meditative Mind, which is great. You can go and check them out. They really do help me. They really, I feel a big difference when I wake up in the morning, when I use them and play them overnight in my nighttime playlist, and when I don't. I'll usually like set up like a couple videos for myself that like I want to watch, like a couple tarot readers or do you want me to take this? Okay. Bon appetit videos or stuff like that. And then I'll work it in. So usually I'll fall asleep to like a cooking video or something. And then it'll go into all of my chakra meditations just while I'm sleeping. Like, you know, it's like source is working, you know, just meet them halfway. Like they're already helping you out while you're sleeping, your guides and whatever, you know, whatever you call your creator. Meet them halfway. Put on a little chakra meditation while you go to sleep. And then I'll put in like some rain, some light rain in a park. And then I'll wake up and it'll be like light rain in a park. And then I'll turn it off and start my day. But I find that really helps me. So, number 16, power. Look at that full moon. We just had a full moon in Libra, right? What are Libras? Charismatic, balanced. Look at her. Balanced. This is what we're all trying to come to, right? I'm noticing the ball, the circle, the moon is like those chakras, but they're it's almost like they're lightening up. You see how these are dark and they're so much more golden, right? It's like they're dense, like they're more saturated, and now it's lighter as we start to come into balance, right? 16, that breaks down to a 7. That's personal power, being on your path, your divinely guided path, these divinely guided sit downs and changes and reassessments and reinvestments. It's pushing the darkness kind of up, and it's bringing in that cool relief I think that we're really gonna get. And I could be totally wrong, but I really think it's gonna come in with Taurus season. My ears are ringing, so I think I'm right. But it's as that cool relief comes in, we're gonna come more in balance. And we always meet Source and we meet the world halfway, right? But we're coming into balance. We just had that Libra full moon. So from that time until now, it's the process of coming into balance. Not like you just wake up one day and you're like, I meditated for a half hour, I'm good. Like, that's not really what balance is, right? It's that masculine, it's that feminine, all of these different aspects of ourselves. Yesterday I was in a dress, today I'm in baggy jeans and a t-shirt. It doesn't really matter, but you have to be able to sit in both comfortably. You have to be able to create and to nurture, but you also need to be able to produce. You need to be able to enact. It's that both, it's that balance in ourselves. And we find that when we really figure out what nourishes us, that hunger inside. Who do we really want to be? Number 7, what do we really want to do? Getting on that path, getting on our path. And when we do that, these circles, these moons, our chakras, they lighten up. We lighten up, like, in a sense, you know, we lighten up. But also, like, we become lighter, we become more joyous when we become more in balance with ourselves. I'm very attracted to this cool nourishing. And it's surrounded by this moon. It's almost like it's there for you already, but it's like you have to, I'm seeing like a fountain, like something rising out of a fountain, like it was already in the water, but it has to like rise up through it. Like a lotus, kind of like a lotus flower. Oh. Long night, moon, darkness. Number 4, right? That's more about infrastructure, stability, what makes you feel at home, what makes you feel good and safe. I'm attracted to the light behind the moon. It's like the opposite, you know? It's like you're, it's like what I was saying, like it's been there around you, but you've been blocking it out. We're blocking it out when we resist these changes that our soul is telling us we need. That we cannot grow here anymore, at least not in this way. We need to change our approach or ourselves or our environment. Excuse me, the people around us. And that could set you in a dark place. Totally upset your infrastructure, your sense of stability, what you thought to be true about yourself, about people. I learn shit about myself every day. I'm constantly surprised. I'm like, I didn't know I was capable of that. Damn, I didn't know that that's really how I felt about that. Wow. But a lot of times, most of the time, I'm pleasantly surprised. And I think you will be too, when you kind of come back a little bit to that inner child and you're able to face your fears a little bit about what you really do want, about what we really do want for ourselves, even if it's a little bit different. Who gives a fuck? It's 2020. Now's the time. It's in fashion to be different right now. So do it. Stand in your personal power. Come into your balance. That masculine, that feminine energy. All of your elements, your thoughts, your passions, your emotions, the things that you ground and root yourself to. And it could be really scary. It could set you in a little bit of a darkness, especially in a time right now where everybody already feels really locked in and alone. Stuck in front of a long path that you're like, how am I even gonna get down? But there's light behind that moon. You know what it is. Stand in your power. We gotta go for it. Right? It's not just about a person or a job it's about ourselves. You gotta stand in your personal power and fight for yourself. And your ability to grow and your ability to succeed, to see yourself exactly how you are, even in the dark parts, but also to allow yourself to be pleasantly surprised at all that you can do and accomplish and survive and what you're capable of in all the best ways. It's that inner child. It's like when you were little and you liked the things that you liked, and it didn't matter if other people didn't like them, and it wasn't in like a sassy way. It was just like, no, this is what I like, and that's what I like to do. And you know, I used to like to collect flowers and stick them in books and dry them out and just like collect them and put them in play. And that was weird. I'm 29 years old. I like to make jam. I'm almost 30 years old. I'm a cute girl. I mean, before quarantine, I didn't really go out much to begin with, but on a Saturday night, I'd make a bunch of jam. Jars of jelly, blueberry, strawberry. Don't you think that's strange? Most people think that's strange. But I decided a long time ago that I was just gonna let my inner kid soar. And so you know what? I wanna make jelly on Saturday nights. No, I ain't coming to the club. I'm sorry, I'm not going to the club. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna put on my finest comfy pants, and I'm gonna make jam. That's what I'm gonna do. And everybody thought it was super weird. And you know what? Maybe it was, but I didn't care. And then next thing you know, I got people asking me for jam. They're like, hey, that jam's real good. Can I get another jar? I'm like, absolutely, you can get another jar. $10, please. Next thing you know, I'm selling jam on the side. Like, just because I was like, screw it. I let my inner kid, I let my inner, hey Arnold, Chucky, hey, you know, Angry Beavers, Ren and Stimpy, I just let them live for a minute. And I was like, I don't care if it's weird and not in a sassy way, but just because I'm gonna do the things that make me happy. I'm just gonna do the things that make me happy, because life's so short and there's enough stuff that goes on in life, and there's enough things in this world to make us unhappy. So we should do everything we can to make ourselves as joyful as possible, because that's contagious. Joy is contagious. All day, every day. Okay. Oh, 2. The numbers in these are crazy today. 41. 5. Back. 5's change. 5's tower moment. 3:44 on the clock when I said that. Sovereignty, right? Right? Standing in our personal power. Look at her. It's almost like as you come into balance, as we all come into alignment with ourselves, with the reality of really who we are and what we're meant to do and what we want to do and what actually makes us happy, like come hell or high water, regardless of what anyone says. Not to be a dick, but just because it makes our heart sing, and you can't help that, right? That is everything lightens up, and it's like this ball. It's like you transcend above them, and you transcend above the illusions that you've had about yourself, about our lives, about what we're supposed to be doing and how we're supposed to be doing it. And it actually, it's like we grow above it to the point where we're actually able to pluck it and put it back in our hands as a whole other, like, queen of the moon. It's like a super moon. It almost looks like a pentacle, right? She looks like the Queen of Pentacles in our stability. See? And there's like that, there's the trine. A trine of like all the geometric symbols. It's like, it's so powerful, right? Think about it. Think about the pyramids. Think about 3s, triangles, the Holy Trinity. Like, when I think about doing your homework, your self-work, it is a 3. It is you, and it is source, and it is your higher self, and you were all together as one, trying to figure it the fuck out. Try and get your little shadow self on board. Or if you want to break it down a little bit, it's you and your higher self and your shadow self, and the 3 of you are trying to like come together as a team, like all underneath source, to kind of work out your blueprint in like the appropriate time. Wisdom, 22. Breaks down to another 4, stability, wisdom, learning from where we've been. And sometimes it's really hard to learn our lessons, because in order to stand in our personal power, in our sovereignty, you really have to face your fears and all of that uncomfort of all the times that like you did something wrong, or you stood in your own way, or you self-sabotaged, or you could have been more kind or more considerate or more cooperative or more understanding, or whatever it was, right? And that sucks. It takes you to like a real dark place. But the hunger that we have is to change those feelings that we have, to not feel discontented, or to feel unsatisfied, or to feel guilty because we're not being the best of ourselves and giving the best of ourselves to the people that actually matter, the people that actually come and nourish us and support us in the things that we do that make our soul sing, that put us on the right path, right? It's this wisdom. She stands on this pile of books. It's like every little lesson that we've learned, just from the second you got here, maybe even from past lives, trying to pull in that knowledge, right? Those skills. They say that you could pull in skills from past lives. I've been trying. I don't know how. If anybody has any tips, please let me know. And I guess it's, it takes, and it's like this ladder, it's on these little books. Like it can't possibly be like comfortable or sturdy to climb up there, right? Like that's gotta be rickety. Stand on these books, right? That doesn't look solid. Doesn't look solid. Because the solidity is the help me. How do I want to say this? The strength is not in the bindings of the books. The strength is within the lessons on the pages. Wisdom. Still reaching, right? It's like plucking stars, plucking more lessons. It's like your higher self, like, this is a little life lesson. This is what we should be going for. This is a goal. This is an alignment. I'm getting the sense of like, almost like she's moving them around now, like constellations, like trying, like using your life lessons, using our skills, these things that we've learned about ourselves to better manipulate the energy around us, to manifest, to grow. You know, it's almost like spiritual, intellectual, emotional miracle grow. You know what I mean? To help fortify. It's like that planting, wanting that relief to kind of grow and grow up, and using it to like move these stars around in the sky. It's almost like rewriting your script, you know, rewriting your contract, rewriting, you know, the story of your life. And it's almost like almost like not even rewriting, it's just like fixing it. It's like going back in and being like, nope, that actually should be over here, and that should be over here. And that's really what we're doing. And she's alone. We're all taking this time to do this by ourselves. My ass is alone. Like, I'm here, I'm home. I'm not going anywhere. And it's frustrating. I'm doing the same thing. I'm wobbling up on this little ladder on my little life lessons. Like, and I'm just like, okay, I think we're gonna move over here. I'm just letting like my inner self, like my intuition, like I know what I know and I know what I feel, and I'm gonna move these stars around, and I'm gonna rewrite my whole damn life. It looks like maybe everyone else is too. Yeah? Do you want me to take anything else out of here? No. I feel like you want me to take from somewhere else though. But what? But where? Wait, come on. We're at 36 minutes. We gotta know. All right. Pull one from the good tarot. This was actually the deck that I used before when the video cut off, so that's why I'm surprised that they're saying that. I love this deck though. When I got like my first deck, I actually ordered 3 decks, so it was like my first 3 decks at once, because that's just the kind of girl I am. I'm always doing the most. One of my life skills is also coming into balance and like not doing the most. But this was one of the first ones I got, and I got this, and I got the Rider-Waite Tarot, and I got the Unknown Spirit Animal Oracle, and they're all out of control. But this is like Big Mama. This is like OG. I love this deck. And it's a great kind of fusion deck between a tarot and an oracle. It's a girl that can do both, you know? So let's see. We're trying to come into alignment. We're trying to reconnect with our inner child. Come into balance, our personal power. Is there anything else we need to keep in mind? Anything else? Okay. Gotcha. That's what they just said to me. Gotcha. Okay. All right, let's see. I keep looking at this sovereignty. She looks like the Queen of Pentacles to me. Ah! You funny. It's the star. It's the star. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Oh, that blue, it's that soothing relief. It's a new wish. It's a new wish. Make a new wish. Correction. Correction. Wish for more. Wish for bigger. Wish for better. There's already a wish you have. Make it bigger. I'm being very dry. I never noticed this on her skirt. There's two little, I don't know if you can see that. There's two little stars right here. That balance. Very interesting. And that circle, your solar, right? It's not like it's not so saturated, right? But it's not so light as you're like purging and releasing and integrating. It's just like perfect gold. I've got the golden ticket. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Oh, it's so soothing. It's Aquarius energy. Another 7, 17, 8. 8 always leads to the 10, right? Or that infrastructure. Soothe your soul, I'm hearing. Soothe your soul. There's something else there. There's something else you're wanting me to say, but you're not telling me what it is. You are the star. You are the star. Wish bigger and better for yourself, of yourself, not just in your peoples and your projects, but you're the star. This hunger is about what we want to be, who we want to be. Our own star. You're our own hero. Be the person that you really feel like you were meant to be. Course corrections, reinvestments. You're the star. That means I'm the star too. Oh, cheers. We're doing it, guys. We're really doing it. Do you want anything else? Don't yell. Okay. All right. Oh, guys. It's the sun. Look at that. Oh, guys. It's the sun. It's that golden pentacle. Look at all this. These cycles. We're going in. We're closing out all these cycles in ourselves. We don't have to be afraid. The sun will come out tomorrow. It is sunny on the other side. Oh, look, and there's sunflowers at the bottom. I love that. Emmy Loving, she has a story, sunflowers. Do you know that when sunflowers don't get enough sun, or the sun is out, it's cloudy, they turn and they face each other. Like for warmth. They do that. This is you coming back home to yourself, turning in on your real soul tribe. The real things, the things that you're really meant to be doing on your path, right? Walking into the sunshine. Look, and you had the darkness. Look at the difference. Look what we're gonna do. The star leads to the sun. Believe in yourself, huh? Follow your dreams. The star leads to the sun. Look, they even look like two sides. The star looks like the moon card almost. Ah. It's that balance, guys. It's that balance. See how they're even looking in opposite directions? It's that balance. That cool water and the warmth of the sun. That's how you grow. That's how you grow things. You plant, and then you water, and you let the sun do the rest. Ah, that's great. So that was a collective reading for the Taurus new moon that's coming up in 5 days. So I hope this earth energy makes everybody feel a little bit better. I feel it coming, like a song from The Weeknd. I feel it coming. I'm waiting for it. But in the meantime, do your root chakra and your solar chakra meditations. Do it on a little playlist. Throw it on when you're in the shower, whatever you got to do. Take some baths. Yeah, take some baths. That'll help. Get outside if you can, if it's nice where you are. Little bare feet, little meditate in the grass action, whatever you got to do. Somebody said you could eat root vegetables. That'll help. I'm sure. Why not? Fuck it. Have a sweet potato. Enjoy yourself. Life's sweet, right? All right. Well, it's been fun. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you next time. Yeah, is that it? All my information's in the description box if you want to be informed. And if you want to chat, you can comment and subscribe. Or not. It's fine. Honestly, I don't know. All right, goodbye.